Basic Civil Mechanical Engineering Material JN2K R23 ఫస్ట్ బీటెక్ సిలబస్. ఓన్లీ బేసిక్ సివిల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి టైటిల్స్, సబ్ టైటిల్స్ మాత్రమే చదువుకుంటూ వెళ్తాను. మీకు ఏదైనా కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉన్నటువంటి వాళ్ళు రాసుకోవటం కానీ స్క్రీన్ షాట్ కానీ తీసుకోండి. బేసిక్ సివిల్ యూనిట్ 1 బేసిక్స్ ఆఫ్ సివిల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్. Introduction part. History of civil engineering. Role of civil engineering in a society. Various disciplines of civil engineering. Scope of each discipline in civil engineering. దీంట్లో వచ్చేటువంటి సబ్సెటింగ్ ఏంటంటే స్ట్రక్చరల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, జియో టెక్నికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, ఫ్లూయిడ్ మిషన్స్, హైడ్రాలిక్స్ అండ్ హైడ్రాలిక్ మిషన్స్, వాటర్ సప్లై, శానిటరీ అండ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్. ఇరిగేషన్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, సర్వేయింగ్, లెవలింగ్ అండ్ రిమోట్ సెన్సింగ్. Function of a civil engineer. Building planning and construction. This is the title. దీంట్లో వచ్చేటువంటి సబ్ టైటిల్స్ ఏంటంటే ఒకటి ఇంట్రడక్షన్, ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ బిల్డింగ్. వాటిలో వచ్చేటువంటి సబ్హెడింగ్ ఏంటంటే స్టడీస్ ఏంటి అంటే ఫౌండేషన్, ప్లింత్, వాల్స్ అండ్ కాలమ్స్, సిల్స్, లింటెల్స్ అండ్ చీజాస్, డోర్స్ and windows, floors, roof, step, stairs and lifts, finishing, building services. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేటువంటి టైటిల్ ఏంటంటే క్లాసిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ బిల్డింగ్స్ యాజ్ ఫర్ ఎన్బిసి. దీంట్లో వచ్చేటువంటి సబ్ టైటిల్స్ ఏంటి అంటే దీన్ని టైప్ 1 ఆక్యుపెన్సీ, టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్యుపెన్సీ 1, టైప్ ఆఫ్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ 2. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్యుపెన్సీ, బిల్డింగ్స్ ఆర్ క్లాసిఫైడ్ యాజ్ ఫాలోస్. సబ్ టైటిల్స్ రెసిడెన్షియల్ బిల్డింగ్, educational buildings, institutional buildings, assembly buildings, business buildings, mercantile buildings, industrial buildings. The second classification is based on the type of construction. Type 1, the provide 4 hours fire resistance. Type 2, the provide 3 hours fire resistance. Type 3, that provide 2 hours fire resistance. Type 4, that provide 1 hour for resistance. Selection of site for building construction. This is the title. Failure of foundations and remedial measures. Unequal settlement of subsoil. Subsiding 1, subsiding 2, unequal settlement of masonry, withdrawal of moisture from the subsoil, lateral pressure on the superstructure, horizontal movement of earth. Next title, loads on foundations. Dead load, live load, wind load. Building planning, orientation, energy, efficiency, utility, other requirements of the building. Those are the subtitles. Principles of planning suitable orientations are: principles of planning for suitable utility are: construction of materials. Introduction: cement, good quality of cement, uses of cement, types of cements: rapid hardening cement, Portland pozzolana cement, low heat cement, colored cement, white cement, high strength cement. Aggregates: fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, uses of aggregates. Classification of aggregates based on origin, natural and artificial, based on size, based on shape, advantages of aggregates in concrete structures, different tests on aggregates: crushing test, abrasion test, impact test, soundness test, shape test. Next heading is the bricks, quality of good bricks. Classification of bricks. Classification of bricks: uses of bricks, constituents of a bricks, advantages of using bricks, disadvantages of using bricks, test on bricks, field test. Lab test: cement concrete, plain cement concrete, reinforced cement concrete. PCC అంటే ప్లెయిన్ సిమెంట్ కాంక్రీట్. దీంట్లో వచ్చేటువంటి సెట్టింగ్స్ ఏంటి అంటే బ్యాచింగ్, మిక్సింగ్, ట్రాన్స్పోర్టింగ్ అండ్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఆఫ్ కాంక్రీట్, కంపాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ కాంక్రీట్. Curing of concrete. Uses of concrete. Second one, reinforced cement concrete, RCC అంటాము షార్ట్కట్లో. Properties of RCC, requirement of good RCC. Uses of RCC అంటే reinforced cement concrete. Next, steel. Studying is that steel. Uses of steel in building works. Steel as a reinforcement in concrete. Market forms of steel. T section, square bars, round bars. I section, introduction to prefabricated construction techniques. Advantages of prefabricated construction techniques: speed of construction, quality control, cost savings, reduced environmental impact, design flexibility, safety, weather independence. Popular method of prefabricated construction: panelized wood framing, timber framing, concrete system, steel framing, modular systems. Cost effective construction techniques in mass housing schemes. Cost effective construction techniques: important questions list. Unit 2, surveying. సర్వేయింగ్ యొక్క డెఫినేషన్ జాగ్రత్త చూసుకోండి. ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఆఫ్ సర్వేయింగ్ అంటే సర్వేయింగ్ యొక్క ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశాలు ఏంటి? ఫండమెంటల్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ సర్వేయింగ్, వర్క్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఓల్ టు పార్ట్, క్లాసిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ సర్వేయింగ్, క్లాసిఫికేషన్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద nature of surveying field, land surveying, marine or hydraulic surveying, astronomical surveying. Classification based on object of survey: engineering survey, military survey, mine survey, geological survey, archaeological survey. Classification based on instruments used: chain survey, compass survey, plant table survey, theodolite survey, tachometric survey, modern surveying used electronic distance meters and total stations, photographic and aerial survey. Classification based on method employed: horizontal measurements. Various method used in horizontal and linear measurements may be grouped as horizontal. దానికి ఇంకొక పేరేంది? లీనియర్. ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ చైనింగ్: యారోస్, pegs, wrangling rods and wrangling poles. Offset rods, laths, weights, plumb bomb, line wranger. Errors in chaining, personal errors, compensating errors, cumulative errors, angular measurements, the type of compass, a magnetic needle, graduated circular, a line of sight, and a box of house them. Difference between prismatic compass and surveying compass. Bearings, whole circular bearing and reduced bearings. రెడ్యూస్డ్ బీరింగ్ని మన షార్ట్కట్లో ఆర్బీ అని కూడా అంటాము. సింపుల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఆన్ బీరింగ్స్. Leveling, object and uses of leveling. Terms used in leveling: GTS benchmark, permanent benchmark, arbitrary benchmark. The following types of levelings are available: dummy level, dumpy level, Y level, cookies, reversible level, crushing level, tilting level, auto level. Leveling stop, self reading stop, target stop. Terms used in direct method of leveling: plan, culmination, back sight, intermediate sight, foresight, change point. Temporary adjustment of a level: setting, leveling, focusing. Simple problems on leveling. Contour mapping. Step involved in a made of contour mapping. Applying necessary corrections to measurements, drawing index plan, selection scale, selection orientation, drawing network of survey lines, distribution closing error, filling in the details, coloring the map, drawing the graphical scale, writing index. Contours. Characteristics of contours. Uses of contour maps. Methods of contouring: direct method, indirect method. Method squares, method cross section, radial line method, drawing contours. Important questions list to the second unit. Unit 3, Transportation and Water Resources and Environmental Engineering. Important transportation in nation's economic development. Benefits of good system on road off roads. Classification of roads. Classification based on materials of construction. Natural earth road, gravel road, muram roads, water bounded macadam roads. దీన్ని డబుల్ బిఎం అని కూడా అంటాము షార్ట్కట్లో. Bituminous roads, cement concrete roads. Classification according to the location and function. National highways, state highways, district roads, village roads. Classification according to the volume of traffic they handle. Light traffic roads, medium traffic roads, heavy traffic roads. Classification on the width of road over or number of lanes according to the number of lanes. Roads are classified into single line road, double line road, triple line road, multi line roads. Classification based on serviceability. Classification based on the type of carriageway over or the pavements. Classification according to the rigidity of roads, flexible pavements, rigid pavements. Methods of construction of roads, alternative wave method, strip method. Procedure of construction of concrete roads. Preparation of subgrade, spreading of subbase, placing of forms, mixing of cement concrete, planning of cement concrete, finishing of cement concrete surface, providing joints. Production and curing concrete. Advantages cement concrete roads. Disadvantages of cement concrete roads. Traffic signs. Mandatory regularist signs. Stop and give a signs. Prohibitory signs. No parking and no stopping signs. Speed control and vehicle control signs. Restrictions and signs. Compulsory directions control and other signs. Warning signs. Informatory signs. Direction and place identical signs. Facility information signs. Other useful information signs. Parking signs, flood gauge. Coloring of signs, material of signs, flexibility payment, rigid payment. Simple difference between flexible and rigid payments. Base harbor bore, base of harbor. Function of water transport. Classification of ships, seaports. Port planning and location. Docks, dock dimensions. Classification of docks, warehouses, navigation aids, lighthouse, light strips, fixed lengths, tunnels. Advantages of tunnels, economic tunnels. Selection of route tunnels, tunnel through rocks, tunneling through soft ground, methods of tunneling through subaqueous states, dining of tunnels, lighting of tunnels, shaft and masking, ventilation of tunnels, list of tunnels, shape of and size of tunnels, shape and size of tunnels, airports introduction part, functions of air transport, airports, selection of site for airports, classification of aerodromes, international airports, general aviation aerodromes, military aerodromes, components of airports, engine, propeller, fuselage, wings, three controls, flaps and undercarriage. Components of airports: runway, single way, two-way run, single runway, two runway, 60-degree runway, 45-degree runway, 60-degree parallel runway, hexagonal runway. Taxiway, apron, blast pad, helipad. Railways. Advantages of railways: permanent way, requirements of ideal permanent way, components of railway track, gauge, rails, function of rails, types of rail sections, sleepers, track fittings, ballast, basic points and crossing points. Crossings: ordinary over or double. Crossing clearance: water resources and environmental engineering, source of water, merits and surface water, groundwater. Rainwater harvesting, merits, demerits, desalination, merits, demerits, testing of water, testing of wastewater, spring water, specifications of water quality, introduction to hydrology, rainwater harvesting method. Water storage and conveyance structures, simple introduction to dams and reservoirs, definition and purpose of dams, types of dams, reservoirs, benefits and challenges of dams and reservoirs, challenges in water conveyance structure,